filmed a tutorial on this look here. I'd say that this is a very winter appropriate makeup look for holidays. I think it's quite, like, it's low-key dramatic. Like, it's not a smoky eye, but it's still a cut crease that's purple. It's a red lip. So I think that this is wonderful for all my Northern Hemisphere followers. And I hope you guys enjoy. Hey, so I'm just gonna start off with So I've already moisturized my face, so we're gonna prime the skin. We're gonna do this by using two different primers. One is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless, and one is the Dream Smooth Primer. You want to use a quite moisturizing primer because it is dry outside. I'm just using this one all over the cheek and outer, like the outer portions of my face. I use the Primed and Poreless on the pore areas of my face. Okay, so my first step of concealing is I'm going to take my Boing concealer in the shade number 2, which is slightly darker than my skin tone, but it is like a salmon shade, so it's color correcting. So next I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in shade 20 just to further conceal this, and I'm going to take a thick synthetic brush, buff that in. Okay, then we go to foundation. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I feel like this would be a good one for the weather, as long as you dew up the skin and the face. I'm using the shade 120, which is a fairly good skin match on me. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. It kind of comes off a bit orangey on me. Like, it should be my colour, but it, as I said, it just comes off a little bit orangey on me, which is really strange. The same buffing brush, and take a bit off my hand and just buff this into the skin. Now I'm going to take a beauty blender and just, oh, that's still a bit wet, a damp beauty blender, and just start pouncing that in. And the next step is just, again, to conceal those spots, to go over them. I'm also going to go in the under eye, because you don't want any under eye bags at a Christmas party or any occasion that you choose to wear this look. I'm going to take this beauty blender again and just go in under the eyes. The next step is to contour and highlight. I do this before the eyes so that I can bake, which is my first time baking on camera as well. So I'm going to be taking my favourite, and I've talked about this in my October favourites. It's my favourite Smashbox contour stick. I'm just going to sharpen it. That's one problem I have with these sticks. They're so hard to like sharpen. It takes a really long time. That's like my only complaint about them. Otherwise they're just fantastic. So I'm just going along from the top of my ear downwards. Along where the hollows of my cheeks are naturally. Just going in the chin a little bit, the sides of the foreheads. We want this to be less of a bronzy look and more of a contoured look, but I am going to put a little bit of bronzer on my forehead. So just on the rim and a bit down. But that's about it. So next I'm just going to do a smudge bit of highlighting with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the shade Brightener, which I think they discontinued now, and I'm nearly running out. Sad times. I'm just going with that under the eye. As you can see, it's quite a light shade. Going down the face, bit on the forehead, on the chin, quick as well. And I'm just going in underneath that contour to sharpen it up. Okay. Okay, so with my damp blender, I'm just going into my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, and I'm just tapping out some product onto the lid. And then what I do is I got the products on the lid, and then I just press it down on the sponge. That wasn't that great. And then I just press it onto the skin. I find sometimes disposable sponges are better at this than beauty blenders, but I don't have any disposable sponges on me at the moment. Okay, so now that my face is cooking or baking, or however you want to say it, I'm just going to finish off my contour. So I'm just going to be taking a grey tone contour colour. So I'm going to be taking this colour by MAC, and I'm just putting it where the contour is, shading around my face so it's all like even and blended and everything. So first things first, I'm going to do my brows, and I'm going to be using, as always, the Anastasia Brow Wiz in chocolate. I'm just going to be lining them. If you want a brow tutorial, just leave it in the comments and I can do one. Otherwise, I'm just going to whiz through this. Actually, no, I'm just going to, yeah. From the Tartelette set, I'm just going to use the shade Free Spirit mixed with Supermom. So the top and bottom one. I'm also going to use the shade Caregiver just all over the lid. It's kind of like a pinky tone base. I'm just going to put that all over the lid to set it. Okay, so first we're going to start with the colour of the show, which is from the Vice palette, and I love this palette. I've been in love with it for a hot minute. We're going to take the second from the right in the top row. It's a purple shade called Beat Down. And we're going to mix that with Delete, which is the bottom, this one. So I'm just going to mix the two. And I'm just putting that in my crease. Or if you don't have a crease, select, or you don't have a defined crease, look in your eye and see where the eyeball at the top is. It's really strange to think of, but if you feel where it is, that's where your crease is going to be. So, and we're just working slowly but surely. And don't go right to the tear duct. Go a little bit, it's hard to explain. So don't go all the way into the tear duct, but just like about a centimetre out from the tear duct. And go all the way out near where, because we're going to use eyeliner, so just go all the way out of the crease, just blend it out. Just keep blending until it's all one smooth line, and then keep adding colour to deepen it. If you blend from down, it's going to blend the colour down and be like quite soft. If you want to keep it sharp, keep your brush tilted like this, because then it's going to keep a sharp line. So you may be able to see on my right eye, I blended it a bit too much, so it's not as harsh as the other one. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the other side of this brush. I was using the Vice palette. This is a great brush for cut crease, by the way. It's just a very thin, not really tapered, but yeah, very thin, long. And take the shade Free Spirit or the Caregiver. Actually, Caregiver would probably be better, but with Free Spirit from the Tartelette palette. Just use a light colour and just basically blend out that base colour. That's why you put a base down, just so it's easier to do this. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a smidge bit of the brown part so it's not like blue in your face. So I'm still going to take that shade Delete and just pat it on my wrist so I'm not taking too much of the product. And I'm just gently putting that in to give it more of a smoky effect. So the next step is the winged eyeliner. So what I'm doing is I'm going to first take a gel liner to like sort of outline where I'm going to use the wing liner, and then I'm going to take a felt tip liner. So I'm just using the Maybelline New York Eye Studio liquid gel eyeliner in Black is Black, and I'm just taking this little bent eyeliner brush. So what I'm doing is I'm just connecting the outer line of the eyeshadow and just literally just connecting that to my eye. So here I've got this Tarte Precision Longwear liner, tracing along that line I just created on both sides. And then I'm just going to create a thicker wing. Now for an extra cat eye effect, I'm just going to bring it into the inner corner as well. And I'm just going to tightline the gel eyeliner. I'm using the Ciate or Ciate London double lines. You can add lashes to this or not. I'm not going to, because I don't know if you've seen all of my videos, but the last time I tried to do lashes, it was disastrous. So I'm just going to add mascara, and I'm using the CoverGirl Star Wars Supersizer mascara. So it's just a supersizer, but it's got little Star Wars quote and it says, "Indeed you are powerful." Obviously, if you need to curl your lashes, do that before doing this. I don't need to curl my lashes because I was blessed or cursed with extremely curly lashes. So we're nearly done with the eyes, but I'm just going to finish off the face first. So we're just sweeping off all that. I'm going to spritz my face again with Fix Plus. I'm also going to grab a blush. I'm just going to grab the nearest blush to me, I guess. It's MAC Margin, the one in the top. You're right. Because you want that sort of overall ethereal glow, I'm taking my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette and using the shade Radiant Light, I think, with just an e.l.f. fan brush, and I'm just going to sweep over the whole palette, both sides, tap, and then I'm just going to dust it all over the face. For the highlight, I take the fan brush and the MAC Pro Darling. I'm popping it. Okay, I finally found it. That took me like way too long to find it. So first I'm going to line my lips with this shitty lip liner by BYS. And then I'm taking the holy grail of this piece, I think. Jeffree Star Cosmetic Velour Lipstick in Ho Ho Ho. And this name speaks to me on not only a spiritual level, but the colour. It's not only red, which is bomb, but it's also like glittery if you rub it, so just wait. Because I am a damn klutz, I'm just going to clean this up. So there you have it. This is the finished look, and I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys have a really wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year, and yeah, love you guys. Bye.